As event professionals, we put everything into creating unforgettable experiences for our attendees, and we don't want it to end when the final applause fades away. So when I'm hired to be an MC, I always ask the client, what do you want your attendees to do or to think after your event? Now, when this query is met with a blank face, which it often is, it's usually telling me that they're just using last year's Google Doc to plan for it. So I need to be prepared for a pretty blur agenda that is crammed with random content only loosely linked to the theme. Now, that is frustrating, of course, because we all want the attendee to leave thinking positively. And if we're really specific about what we really need before we start the planning, i.e. if we know the intended effect that we need the event to create in the attendees' hearts and minds, then we are far more likely to get an effective result. So, for example, does the client want the attendee to buy more product or services? Does it want the attendee to become a customer or a fan? Does it want them to understand a new product or be reassured, to become an advocate or donate money or collaborate? What? Once you know this and it's fed into the event design, every investment decision that's made and how the content is used and delivered will make the event effective. So when you add content, think this. Does this encourage habit change? Does it change your mind or whatever it is that you want? Will we move the needle faster by delivering it with a 30-minute talk or perhaps a 40-minute collaborative workshop? I.e., if doing things the way that you've always done it won't work, then shock horror, do it differently. Consider different kinds of sessions, revamp all the elements of the event in line with what you want your attendees to feel and do after the event. And when you've got that cracked, I want you to consider this. If you really want your attendees to really do what you want, then you've also got to make them feel great. You've got to make them happy at your event. Now, my very top tip, I'm giving it to you for free, is make all your sessions more inclusive. As human beings, we so want to be heard. So make your event an environment where attendees feel valued. Give them an opportunity for engagement that is more than just 5 minutes Q&A at the end of a death by PowerPoint lecture. And remember, events, like everything in life, are a two-way street. If you want attendees to leave being a fan of what you do, remember they also come to the event to learn, yes, and they also come to form meaningful connections. So give them what they want. Foster an environment that encourages collaboration and meaningful relationships, aka plan an agenda when networking takes a high priority. And by the way, this doesn't mean coffee breaks masquerading as networking. It means intentional, moderated networking where you don't leave the right meetings to chance. It's all about planning the event with the end in mind. The ultimate goal is to create a transformative experience that extends beyond the duration of your meeting.